This violet is purple, but for the life of this camera it's going to see violets as blue because it's only got limited sense, and that's what happens to a little boy's foreskin when it's chopped off to his penis. His penis will have only limited sense thereafter. Look at the purple bottles on my window. This is a Canon PowerShot camera. It can't see purple. It sees the purple as blue. See, it sees the purple as blue. Just imagine if you cut away a child's vision, if you cut away 75 to 80% of a child's vision, their rainbow vision, leaving only one or two colours left. Just imagine what it would be like if you cut a child's vision away and say they wouldn't be able to see purple anymore, but could only see blue instead. You'd consider that child abuse, wouldn't you? If you cut away some of the rainbow that a child saw. You would. Imagine cutting away a child's vision. Imagine cutting away 75 to 80% of a child's vision, its range of colour, so that it didn't see the world as rainbow coloured anymore, but only in limited colours. Imagine if you made your child colourblind on purpose. You'd be considered a child abuser, wouldn't you? You would. If you cut away some of their vision, you'd be considered a child abuser. If you left them in monochrome, wouldn't you? You would. Who would make a child live in a colourblind world on purpose? Who would do that? It would be considered child abuse to reduce a child's visual senses like that, to take away 75% of their vision, of whatever type of vision, whether it be colour or just their normal vision, you know, to make them, what, leave them with 20% sight. That wouldn't be very nice, would it? Who would want to live a colourblind life on purpose? No adult would wish, no normal, healthy, sane adult would deliberately take away their children's vision, would they? They wouldn't. They just wouldn't. It's wrong, and they know it. Similarly with hearing. Who would deliberately deafen a child? Who would make a child tone deaf, for example, reducing the child's sensations, their auditory sensitivity? Who would cut away 75 to 80% of a child's hearing? Why would we do that? That would be considered child abuse if you destroyed a child's hearing. That also goes for a child's smell. If you just destroyed a child's smell, if you cut out its nasal cells and everything, if you cut off its nose, you'd be considered a child abuser. If you peeled all that child's tongue away so that it had only a few taste buds left, you'd be considered a child abuser, wouldn't you? You would. So, if you cut away 75% of hearing, you're a child abuser. If you cut away 75% of a child's nose, you're a child abuser. If you cut away 75% of their vision, you're a child abuser. If you cut away 75% of their taste buds, you're a child abuser. So why, when you think about it, would you cut away a child's foreskin, a baby boy's foreskin? Why would you do that? Cutting out 75 to 80% of the most sensitive nervous tissue on the penis. Why would you do that? Reducing his sensation for life. What sort of adult would you be? Would you be barbaric, perhaps? I think you'd be barbaric. I think you would be. This violet is purple, but for its entire life, this camera is going to see violets as blue. Why? Because it's only got limited sense. That's what can happen when you lose some of your perception. You don't see the whole picture. This periwinkle is purple too, but the camera will only see it as blue for the entire life of the camera.